Hey guys, today we're going to be review on the installation and setup of a fixed solar panel on the roof of the Pajero. Now this one is a four-wheel drive Super Center Adventure King's 160 watt fixed solar panel, and I'm going to try and mount it on these roof bars or crossbars on my four-wheel drive. Now, as you may have noticed in a previous video, I have recently purchased a foldable 200 watt solar blanket as well that I've been using to charge my second battery, or my AGM deep cycle battery that I've got in the back of the Pajero, essentially to run my fridge at this stage. However, obviously with the foldable panel, it's not really practical to have it on your car while you're driving. So the idea is to mount a permanent fixed panel on the roof so it can keep charging the battery while you're driving. And then when you're parked somewhere, when you're camping, you can obviously take out the higher watts blanket and use that instead to charge your battery. But it's a relatively cheap setup. I think I got it with the mounting brackets for $129 at a discount on the four-wheel drive Super Center couple of days ago. And I'm just going to go ahead and install it and connect it with the MPPT regulator that I've already got mounted here on the back of the Pajero, and that can then connect to the battery. So as you can see, this is where I've got my battery located or set up right now, or the battery box. So I've got to bring the wiring in a way that I did purchase a 6-meter extension cable, but I've got to bring the wiring in a way that it makes it to the battery with that length. So I've seen people do it online. There's different ways to do it, but what I'm going to try and do is, first thing I might need to do is take off these kayak holders, because I think the panel's width is going to probably exceed these holders. So but that's not a big deal. I can always remount them or install them or get a different kind of kayak holding setup on one side of the crossbar. So they're only $50 anyway, so they're not a particularly dear set, and they've served me well. Plus I'm not doing kayaking much. I'm just doing a lot more on the jet ski, which you can't see because it's under cover right now. Any case, what I'll do first is I'll just unbox this panel, and I will see where the back electrical connection is with those with that Anderson plug, and how I'm going to place it on my crossbars. I've obviously got the mounting bracket there that came with the panel. I did have to purchase the 6-meter cable. I purchased a conduit from Super Cheap Auto. That's pretty much it. The rest are just your basic tools that you'll need to set it up. So let's go ahead, unbox the panel, see what it looks like, and then I'll just work out a way to pass the wiring. Now the wiring, what I'm thinking right now, just get back on top, is just bring it from around here somewhere where the panel is going to sit, bring it on the roof rail, pass it through the gut ring here, and I'm gonna drill out one of these holes, and I'm gonna try and pass it through here and bring it inside, and then I'm gonna pass it underneath this panel, and subsequently try to bring it around, take it out of the seatbelt hole, secure it here, and that will lead us straight down to the MPPT regulator. So I think that'll probably be the best way, just considering the location of my battery, but I'll see if I can make it work. So yeah, I'll just go ahead, unbox the panel, see where the back connection is with the Anderson plugs, and then I'm gonna try and pass the wiring through first before I do anything else and mount the panel. Okay, so I'll just quickly show you what I've done so far. So obviously unbox this 160 watt solar panel here, and if you just lift it up to see the bottom, you'll see this is where the electrical connection to the Anderson plug is. This end obviously has to go to the rear of your four-wheel drive or your SUV when you're mounting the panel. These are the pre-drilled holes. So there's a few just running along the sides, and I'm glad they made a few because no two roof racks sit the same width on a car's roof rail, so unless they're factory fitted, of course. So this is where you'll be putting your mounting brackets as you'll be attaching it to your roof racks or the crossbars or whatever you've got. Just gently put it back. And I'll just quickly show you how I've passed the wiring through. So here's what I've done. I've obviously unclipped the Anderson, the plastic end of the Anderson plug on that end. It's really simple to do. All you need to do is, if you don't know already, is just press with a flat tip screwdriver to the metal plates underneath, and it just unlocks. It just pulls out, the lead pulls out. Anyway, so you'll need to undo that, and then all I've done is just I've passed it through this opening for the seat belt. As you can see, it doesn't really affect the functioning of the seat belts. The seat belt's still moving fine. And I've just sort of brought it from the top here. And as I brought, I obviously tucked it in and moved it inside and kept closing it, this panel. And then I brought it down here. I brought it through this opening for this seat belt, which we are not going to use anyway because it's for the rear seats, but it's still moving fine. And then I've drilled this hole through this particular. I'll just move the rubber seal out. So I've just drilled this hole through the metal body. In the end, I had to use a size 13 drill, and I've had to cut a bit of the rubber off to make it work, but I am able to fit it here snugly. So it's got a bit of room. I'll probably put a bit of black plastic tape there just to sort of provide a bit of, although I don't think it will move once it's all secured, but just put a black plastic tape to just provide it from rubbing against these sort of sharp metal edges. And then I put the conduit through here. Now with the conduit and the size of this, the gauge of this wire, I'll probably struggle to move it through this roof gutter there, roof rail gutter here. So what I'm gonna do is I'll just, it doesn't look too bad. You're only gonna see it like that from the end, so that's fine. I'm just gonna put a bit of cable, couple of cable ties here, probably just around here, just maybe one here and one close to the crossbars to secure it to the conduit. And here I've got the other end. And when I'm ready with the solar panel, when I mounted it, all I need to do is put the Anderson plug back on the plastic end and just connect it to the panel, and that should be it. So I was a little bit worried about like rain coming in through here, but I don't think it'll be a big issue. Like once the door closes and I've put the plastic tape there, I think it should seal up fine. I don't think I'll get much water coming in, even in heavy rains in the car. So this is how it looked like. I'll just close the door and I'll just show you. Close the door fine without any issues. And so it looks like you'll have to move the conduit out because the conduit would hit with the door. But yeah, once the conduit is out, the actual wire, the 6-meter extension solar cable, passes through okay. And I only need the conduit at the roof of the car anyway, so here it is. Now it's getting a bit late in the evening, so I'm just going to wrap up things here. And tomorrow morning all I need to do is just mount the solar panel, probably take off these kayak holders, mount the solar panel on these crossbars, just make the connection, and that should be it. So I'll just carry on tomorrow morning now. Okay guys, so here we are the following morning. As you can see, I'm in the process of installing the mounting brackets on the solar panel. Now I've had to improvise a bit because as usual the width of my crossbars has become an issue in mounting something. So it's the same thing with the Prorax fishing rod holder and the kayak holder. The crossbar was just too wide for the mounting plates to fit, and it's the same situation here. This mounting plate, as you can see, with where the screw, the holes for the screws are, it's just too wide. So normally the mounting bracket goes like this. It goes in vertical alignment with the long axis of the solar panel, but and then the mounting plate goes underneath. So this thing goes underneath, that thing flips around, and the screws come from the top. But because I can't make it work this way, I've had to twist it. So what I'm going to try and do is flip it up and align these two holes on top of this rubber here, and then yeah, just put these underneath here to secure it. So I just got to make sure that I get this distance exactly right. So otherwise I'll have to move my crossbars a bit, which it's not the end of the world. We can do that. So yeah, I'll just go ahead, flip my solar panel, and then secure this underneath. Now the other thing is that the screws that they gave me, this one I'll show you. So with the mounting bracket, these are the bolts that they gave me. So these bolts, again, they're just they're too short, so they won't work. So I've got some longer, these are M8 bolts. I've got some longer ones that I got from Bunnings, and I'm just going to try them, and they might just work, but I only got 4 of them, as you can see, so I've got to go and buy 4 more. But what I'll do is I'll try it first. I'll put maybe 1 in each corner. If that works, then all I need to go is go and buy more of these. So these are 35mm long, and just by looking at it, it might just be the exact length that I need. So I'll just go ahead, flip it over, and mount it this way. Alright, so we're pretty much done here. I'll show you how I ended up doing it in the end. So as I mentioned earlier, the mounting plates, they just won't go in vertically, so I had to flip them, attach them horizontally. Now I only put 1 bolt here. I do plan to pull a second one in the second section, but at this stage it's fine. It's very sturdy, strong, it's not going anywhere. So all I've done is I've put an M8 bolt through from under it, and just tighten it with a nut. And I've done this on all 4 brackets, and trust me, it's very strong, very sturdy. It's not moving. I don't think it will. The next thing I've done is this is how I pass the wiring. So I put a conduit on the wire for the panel. I've just secured it, just not super tight, but just snug enough so it doesn't move around, with some cable ties. Attached it with the Anderson plug here, some more cable ties, and conduit on this 6-meter extension solar lead. Conduit all the way here. I've stopped it here so it doesn't bring any rain down with it into the car. Plus when I close the door, it's too thick for the door, so I put some Nitto electrical tape over it. The cable itself does have anti-abrasive properties, the lining of the cable, but I just want to be extra safe, because as you can see just around here, It is passing right next to some like a sharp metallic edge where I made the hole through. So the rubber's here. When the door closes, the rubber seals up further, so I don't think we'll get too much water, if any, in the car. And subsequently, as I brought it inside, I've just looped it here, put some more conduit, passed it inside this panel, as I mentioned before, through here, conduit again, down to the MPPT controller. The controller hooks onto the battery. As you can see, it's charging. 12.9 volts. So that's it. That's all done. Now you've got a permanent source of free solar energy to charge your dual battery as you're driving, as you're parked somewhere, as you're essentially anytime you're parked under the sun, you'll just keep charging your battery constantly. So it's very handy. Means that I don't have to keep the solar blanket connected to the to charge the battery, and it is a 160 watt panels, and it sort of, I think, generates about 12 amperes of current. So it should charge my, on a clear full day, it should just charge my battery fully if needed, and that means I can just run my 12 volt fridge through my battery pretty much all the time. So very happy with it. The installation, especially with the mounting brackets and the panel, was a bit tricky, just more because of the way my crossbars are. They're not the standard Pro Rack or Rhino Rack. They're a cheaper brand Gear Up, but they've served me really well. I've had them for a couple of years now, almost a couple of years. They can bear up to 90 kilos of weight. I've had my kayak on them heaps of time, no issues at all. So they are quite strong and sturdy. And now they're hosting this panel. So very happy with it. Again, a very good product from Kings. Let's hope it lasts, and hope you guys liked it. If you did, please hit the like and subscribe button, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.